Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who led by virtue. Marcus Aurelius, once the most influential figure in the known world, sought to live a life of virtue. As a Roman emperor, he had access to immense power, wealth, and pleasures. Yet, in contrast to many of his predecessors and contemporaries, Marcus chose a path rooted in the wisdom of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that emphasized self-discipline, control, and the pursuit of higher ideals. While other emperors reveled in the decadent luxuries available to them, indulging in excessive wine, extravagant feasts, and the brutal gladiatorial spectacles at the Colosseum, Marcus Aurelius abstained. His guiding principle was not indulgence, but service. He believed he had been given a mission by fortune itself, a mission not to dominate or exploit, but to serve humanity. This purpose was deeply intertwined with his commitment to the Stoic ideals of reason, virtue, and self-discipline. However, to fulfill this mission, Marcus recognized that he needed to eliminate distractions, those trivial concerns that clouded the judgment and diverted attention from what truly mattered. And in a world filled with distractions, especially at the height of Roman power, this was no small task. The Stoic dichotomy of control. One of the foundational principles of Stoic philosophy, which Marcus Aurelius frequently meditated upon, is the dichotomy between what is within our control and what is not. This principle, clearly explained by the Stoic philosopher Epictetus in his Enchiridion, teaches that we can control only our own actions, thoughts, and choices. Everything else, other people's opinions, external events, outcomes of our efforts, lies outside our sphere of influence. Does this mean we should renounce the world? Not necessarily. The Stoics believed in engagement with the world, but always with a clear understanding of our limited control over external circumstances. If we allow ourselves to become emotionally entangled in things beyond our control, we hand over power to them, effectively becoming their slaves. We suffer because we give these external events and opinions the ability to dictate our emotional state. This is a key insight that Marcus Aurelius lived by. When life becomes painful, it's often because we've invested too much emotional energy in things we cannot control. We let our happiness and peace of mind depend on circumstances, people, and outcomes that are beyond our influence. In doing so, we give these external factors the power to control us, just as puppeteers pull the strings of marionettes. Yet, paradoxically, we blame those external forces for our suffering, failing to realize that we have willingly given them control. The solution? Withdraw that emotional investment. When we disengage from things that do not matter, they lose their grip on us. This is the essence of Stoic detachment, or apatheia, not indifference to life, but a refusal to let uncontrollable circumstances disturb our inner peace. For Marcus Aurelius, this principle allowed him to bear the immense responsibilities of ruling the Roman Empire without succumbing to the anxieties that come with power. For Epictetus, it meant freedom from being controlled by external forces. And for all of us, it offers a path to a life of tranquility, clarity, and focus. Caring less to live more. In this video, we'll explore how to care less about things that aren't worth caring about, using Marcus Aurelius's meditations as our guide. It's a practice that's as relevant today as it was in ancient Rome. To make it easier to follow, I've divided this exploration into 3 categories: the future, the past, and the present. Marcus Aurelius had profound insights on each, helping us understand why we care too much about the wrong things and how we can refocus our attention on what truly matters. 1. The future, a phantom that we chase. The mind suffers more than reality, said Seneca, another Stoic philosopher. When we think about the future, we often imagine a wide range of scenarios, from the ideal to the disastrous. And in that imagination, we suffer, not because these things are happening now, but because we fear they might happen. The human mind, in its imaginative capacity, often creates scenarios far worse than what reality brings. We obsess over possibilities, concoct strategies, and worry endlessly about outcomes that may never come to pass. For instance, you might spend years saving for retirement, only to be diagnosed with a terminal illness just as you're about to enjoy your well-earned rest. Or you might worry about financial collapse, war, or global catastrophe. While these scenarios are possible, they exist only in the mind. Until they actually occur, they are phantoms, creations of our anxiety-ridden imagination. Yet, we allow them to rob us of peace in the present moment. Marcus Aurelius offered a simple but profound piece of advice. Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. If you can handle today, you'll be able to handle tomorrow. Why waste energy worrying about something that has not yet come to pass? The Stoic approach to the future is one of preparedness, not paranoia. Trust in your ability to respond to whatever comes with the same rationality and virtue you apply to today. This attitude is closely related to the Stoic concept of amor fati, the love of fate. It's not about passivity, but about trusting that whatever happens, you will be able to handle it. This trust allows you to engage with life as it unfolds, without being overwhelmed by the endless possibilities of what might come next. To the past, a realm beyond our reach. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the fleeting nature of existence. Life, he said, moves swiftly, disappearing into the infinite expanse of time. The past, like the future, is a place we cannot access. It's gone, irretrievable. Remember, he wrote, that man lives only in the present, in this fleeting instant. The rest, whether it is past or future, lies beyond our grasp. Yet, many of us spend considerable time ruminating on the past, replaying old events, wishing things had been different. We agonize over past mistakes, failed relationships, missed opportunities, or unfortunate circumstances. But as Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the past is indifferent to our desires. It's not that past events don't matter, they shape our present, but we cannot change them. We cannot re-enter the past, and our memories of it are often inaccurate, shaped by subjective perspectives and fading recollections. Despite this, we remain emotionally attached to the past. We relive the pain of old wounds, as if by doing so we could somehow rewrite history. But this is an illusion. The past exists outside our control, just like the future. What we can control is our response to it. Marcus Aurelius encouraged himself and us to focus not on the events of the past, but on our reaction to them. We cannot change what happened, but we can choose how we position ourselves toward those events. He wrote, "It's unfortunate that this has happened. No, it's fortunate that this has happened, and I've remained unharmed by it." In other words, the true misfortune is not in what happens to us, but in how we allow it to affect us. The past can teach us, but only if we are willing to let go of emotional attachments to what is long gone. 3. The present, the only realm we control. Finally, Marcus Aurelius repeatedly emphasized the importance of focusing on the present moment. The present is the only domain where we have true power. It is where we live, act, and make choices. Yet, even when we manage to release our grip on the past and reduce our anxieties about the future, we often get caught up in the trivial concerns of the present. We become frustrated by small inconveniences, irritated by the behavior of others, or discontented with our current circumstances. But Marcus Aurelius warned against becoming emotionally disturbed by the present. He likened those who fight against reality to pigs squealing before sacrifice, resisting what is inevitable and natural. Instead of fighting against the world as it is, we should accept it and focus on what we can control, our own thoughts, actions, and judgments. In his meditations, Marcus offered practical advice for staying anchored in the present. Treat what you don't have as non-existent, he wrote. Look at what you have, the things you value most, and think of how much you'd crave them if you didn't have them. But he also warned against overvaluing the present, reminding us not to become so attached to what we have that we fear losing it. The Stoic practice of ataraxia, a state of inner calm, requires that we find balance in how we approach the present. Marcus Aurelius also saw hardship as an opportunity to practice virtue. When life doesn't go our way, when we face challenges, it's easy to become disheartened. But Marcus believed that adversity is a chance to live out our Stoic principles. It's not the external circumstances that matter, but how we respond to them. This is where we find true freedom. The freedom to act with wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control, regardless of what life throws at us. Thank you for taking the time to explore the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius with me. Remember, life is full of things we can't control, but how we react to them is always within our power. The Stoics remind us that peace, resilience, and wisdom lie in mastering our own thoughts and actions, not in bending the world to our will. If you found value in this video, please Please give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more content on Stoicism, and share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you plan to apply these Stoic lessons in your own life. And as always, may you walk the path of wisdom, guided by reason and virtue. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.